job. And I saw someone just added, every time the Ukraine star build is mentioned. I think that's awesome.
In honor of the Ukraine star build, it would have to be finish the bottle.
Well, but we can only do it on Cloud Kingdom when it's actually appropriate. Anyway, good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Liquid Zenio is, of course, our purple Zerg spawning in the left bottom side of Daybreak. And Naniwa is our barcode account spawning on the right top side of Daybreak. Great to see Naniwa play a really solid straight-up game against Zerg, man. No shenanigans, nothing funky about that last game. I just felt he did pretty much everything right.
Me too. As I once again loaded up the wrong replays. I'll just follow along on your screen. I was watching a completely different series. I fail, Kev.
Doesn't matter, man.
I'm losing it here at the end of the night.
Yes, it's actually our first long night at the NASL. We had so far a little bit of battle log with walkovers or games that were getting rescheduled, postponed. Of course, as soon as the season really starts rolling, man, we are right now in week 2, day 2.
Yeah, we had a lot of conflict with WCS in week 1.
And of course, we're going to have DreamHack Valencia as well. So some people are still kind of hard to reach out. But I think soon everything is going to stabilize a little bit. And we should, it should be smooth sailing from there on.
Cannot wait to see this season really kick it into high gear. I'm so eager to see what weeks 3 and 4 hold and what the standings are going to look like after weeks 5 and 6, and ultimately how our final is going to play out. Man, our final could be one of the most amazing finals that esports has ever seen.
It's a bold statement after the recent WCS.
It could be.
Yes.
It could be. I'm just saying. Just put it out there.
Man, this is kind of risky as Naniwa's going Nexus first, while Zenio went for a pretty early pull. Because you were distracted, I was not sure how early it was exactly.
Yeah, it looks like it was about I would say 14 pull. As he doesn't have the 3 larvae available right away, and he's not even going to make 6 links, he's just going to make 4. So Naniwa's going to be safe with this Nexus first, Kev.
He's going to follow it up with the Forge as well, so it's not going to be Gateway Forge, which is kind of tricky. And you don't really have the minerals anyway in a certain moment to spend everything. While our producer just handed us some water, which is awesome with him when you have a long night of casting. Ain't that right, man?
That's right.
Because you said it's hotter in here than it is in the
Sahara Desert.
Good job, man. You sound smart.
Thanks, Kev.
Which continent is the Sahara Desert at?
Oh, God.
Don't tell me you don't know that.
Asia.
You serious?
Damn, did I get it wrong?
Are you actually like not trolling right
now? It's Africa, right?
Yes. Okay, Ben was not trolling for once. Couple of Zerglings, Ben, are going to try to make their way in, but Naniwa wipes in the Pylon just in time. Pylon's taking some serious damage though, but 3 links is not enough. Oh, wow, the links are going to get in.
Uh-oh.
This is bad news. This is very bad news.
Yeah, it's certainly not going to be game-ending, but it's very frustrating to deal with. One lane does fall, so 3 lanes enough to be annoying.
Yes, more than enough to be annoying.
And they're going to run around and just start to harass Naniwa. We'll have to see how well he can micro.
I think Naniwa can micro pretty well, but
that's what I hear.
Oh, yes. 23 drones right now already though for Zenio, so you can already see how annoying this is for a Protoss player. But normally, and actually he's going to pick off at least 1 probe, maybe 1 more. Where is that Zell at Naniwa?
Zenio's doing a nice job of this, keeping the lanes live. Naniwa's losing a lot of mining time.
This is already really quite bad. This is not a good start for Iron Swedish Zerg. Cybernetic score is more than halfway done. I wouldn't be surprised, Ben, if we're going to see some serious aggression. He's going to try to cannon this base. I don't think Zenio is aware of that.
This Overlord is like
so close, though.
Oh, wow. Oh, did he see that little blip? If he was watching, that probe just blipped on the vision of Zenio. But now he sees it.
Yeah.
Now he can see the first cannon being warped in. How is he going to react to this?
But Naniwa could still potentially protect that that cannon, and it's not just that cannon, Ben. As there are only 3 links on the map right now, how can, even if Zenio sees it, what is he going to do about it?
Well,
he's going to cancel it
and hope that Naniwa's made some sort of an investment. But I feel like Naniwa started that cannon at a good time.
It's going to be 2 cannons soon. Zenio's just going to cancel that hatch, and he's going to remake it at the fort, which is interesting. But Ben, you know what this also means? That Naniwa's going to have a great pylon behind enemy lines.
Yeah, he can definitely experiment with some warp-ins back there. That'll be very tough to deal with.
Fantastic job, by the way, keeping his links alive. This is so frustrating for opponent's plays. Guys, if you are Zerg at home and you ever have Zerglings in your opponent's base, take a note out of Zenio's playbook right now, because this is so incredibly frustrating.
Keep him alive at all costs. So valuable. You get so much scouting. It's such a big opportunity for harass. We see There have been 2 probes killed. One of them might have been killed out on the map. Finally, 2 of those lings do go down, so there will be no more damage dealt, but Zenio's going to continue to run around just to see what he can see.
Maybe this probe, which is getting scared away right now by this ling, is going to spot this forward base. No, it's not. Naniwa is going to research +1 man, but he's also going up to all 4 gases. So I find it unlikely he's really going to rely on this pylon as a warp in place, as he also cancelled one of his cannons.
Yeah. I guess it's looking that way, and Zenio in the meantime just going all out on the drones. We see 6 drones in production right now. He's about to pass, or he's already passed Naniwa in the harvester count, going up to layer as well.
He did that very early on. We see speed being researched now by Zenio. I think if Naniwa would have gone for some gate aggression, which he might still do, I don't think it would have been all that bad.
He does have 3 more gates finishing up, so he's going to have 4 gates with +1.
Yeah,
so
against just slow links. Roach Run is being morphed in right now. More drones on the way for Zenio. Zenio's only on 54 drones right now. I think if Naniwa is still going to use this pylon ban, Zenio right now did just click something, but he only has 7 links, so he's not going to be able to kill that. But Naniwa's just not chrono boosting it, so it doesn't look like he wants it. Well, he's chrono boosting +1 right now. I think he could have done some serious damage. As Zenio is currently supply blocked for 8 more seconds.
might just be a missed opportunity, Kev. Naniwa's going to go out and take a 3rd base now. And you know, I can't, like, I'm with you. I think there's certainly a window there that Naniwa might have missed, but at the same time, he had those lings in his base. He didn't know exactly what was going on back on his opponent's side of the map. That would have been a big gamble. If he runs into just 3, 4 roaches, if it's only a Zealot warp in, the Zealots are all dead. And it's just thrown, it's wasted money, man.
But I would have gone all out. 6 gates.
Standard.
Stalker
Why
Zealot.
stop at 6? Why not go up to 8?
Why not make it 12 with Void Ray?
12 gate Void Ray, 2 base.
2 base. There's a couple of speed links run into this complete exposed third base. Naniwa's going to wipe in 4 Zealots.
Not going to be enough, man.
I think it will be enough.
Oh. Done. And that's what it feels like to be wrong.
On camera. Getting not only being wrong. Never mind. I'm not going to mock you for it, Ben. It happens. Happens to the best of us. 2 more gates going up, Ben. Why go 6 when you're going to go 8 gate?
Finally, Naniwa does start to warp in after that +1 upgrade has completed.
This is now I'm not sure if it's worth it. He's going to send 1 or 2 Zealots into this forward base, and the rest is going to run into the natural. The natural is quite exposed, man, and even just taking out a queen would be massive is a big word, but it would help. That's not going to work out.
There's so many units here already. He might get a drone or 2, but he's not going to get much more than that. 3 drones. 4 drones?
Click on the drone, click on the drone. He's not clicking on the drone, but he's taking down a few links. One hallucinated Phoenix is making his way over into the main base, so great scouting done here by Naniwa as he scouts double evolution chamber as well. And Ben, this is still just ooh. Okay, now it's only 1 cannon. So this cannon will fall. Roach is going to work on this cannon as well.
Zenio immediately taking that base, and then as he takes out that pylon and that cannon, so he's going to go ahead and go up to 4 bases.
But still, Naniwa went up to 3 bases pretty quickly, Ben. This is 11 minutes and 40 seconds, and it's already up and running. It's pretty much fully saturated. Naniwa's at 67 probes. That's really, really good.
Yeah, strong economies on both sides. Our Zerg player sitting at about 75 drones, so he's also getting his infestors out, so strong tech for Zenio.
I like how, sorry to interrupt you there, but I like how Zenio got the armor upgrade before the attack, as the Zerglings now do survive a bit longer.
Keeps them a lot more relevant against the Zealots. +2 just now finishing up, so again, those Zealots will become, I guess, super effective.
Great scouting here by Zenio as well, Ben, as he's going to scout most of these gates. A lot of links are going to run into it. There is a wall in production for Naniwa, and it's going to be enough for now. Ooh, it's not a full wall, by the way. That's on purpose. It's still something to pay attention to. Naniwa leaves a few units over here as well. Does not have any hallucinations on the map. He does have his first observer and the robo bay is being warped in right now. Let me just double check to see if Zenio actually saw that robo bay. Yes, he did.
Zenio finishing up his Spire. Hive's also coming, so I guess he's not going to be making any mutas. A little bit sad that we haven't seen any muta play out of Zenio just yet.
I'm going to be able to infest the
Oh, wow, it might be.
There's only 1 cannon. It's kind of risky though, but Zenio.
Yeah, it would be a huge risk. I like what Naniwa is doing right now. That Phoenix just clicked onto the infestors. This is so annoying as a Zerg player because you literally can't do anything about that. You either spend energy on a free unit or you just say, okay, here's my army.
Spend energy on a free unit. Welcome to Protoss life, man. That's about what we have to do all the time. Swarm hosts. Infested Terrans.
Roaches.
Broodlings. Roaches, yes.
Zenio does just walk back to his queen that will eventually pick off the Phoenix, but very powerful scouting tool, Hallucinate.
True.
And I really love this kind of use of it in the later stages of the game. Naniwa is just going to see everything.
Naniwa opens up very gateway heavy for a long time. He delays the robot for an insane amount of time as he feels that he can defend with pretty much gateway only. Then he still gets the Colossus, but it also means that those pre-hive timings, they don't really exist anymore. Normally it's quick Colossus, then had a lot of gates, wipe in a lot of gateway units. For Naniwa, it's got a lot of gates, wipe in a lot of gateway units, then get the robot and produce a few Colossus. But obviously that's just not the same time. So Naniwa really relies on that eventual fight with the mothership, which is an interesting style of playing PvZ. So different to or compared to most players.
Yeah, just kind of playing for the super late game, relying on his mechanics, relying on his micro, his decision making. Naniwa basically says, hey, I feel like the longer the game goes, the more chances I'm giving myself to win.
That's what it all boils down to. There's a couple of Zealots being active on the north side of the map. Naniwa getting his first War Prism as well, Ben. Did not research War Prism speed yet, but wow, this is a massive stalker ball.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
A ton.
32.
There's also 13 Infestors out, and Naniwa's got to be so careful with how he blinks. If he clumps up, if he gets caught, we all know just how quickly Infestors will just crush right through.
14 Infestors, so many. We have 2 Zealots over here as well. Very smart by Zenio, including a Spore Crawler. Zenio is pretty well prepared. Of course, the Zerg from his caliber should be prepared for this kind of stuff. I still like it.
His creep spread really facilitating all of this. If you don't have the creep out in the middle of the map, you can't spread spine crawlers like this. You can't control this much space. So I really like what we're seeing from Zenio. He's still sitting on 90 drones. That is a just huge economy. War Prism Harass starting up for Naniwa.
Charge is almost done. I would love to see double War Prism Harass. Ooh, there's one Stalker over here. Great fungo here by Zenio, Ben.
That's the kind of thing that we were saying you got to watch out for. It doesn't get refreshed once, gets refreshed twice, a third time.
Oh no, more Stalkers getting fungled as well, and the Colossus is getting fungled.
Ouch, painful losses there for Naniwa. That's like 30 supply gone.
A lot of speed loads being wiped in right now by this first War Prism, but Zenio does have some units in production, or actually have some units on the way. Of course, units in production as well. Infested Terrans being spotted, he missed the fungal on the War Prism, but overall he dealt with this very, very well. And Yunus' lost resource tab shows us a complete opposite story of the previous game, where this time Zenio has been twice as cost effective as Naniwa has been.
Yeah, Zenio is playing so well. But at the same time, this is just kind of ZVP on Daybreak these days, where you just sit back, you defend, and you basically say, all right, Protoss, you either have to make something happen, or I'm going to eventually attack you with 20 Broodlords.
Mothership on the way, Ben. Storm is being researched as well. So Naniwa knows where he wants to take this. He has the War Prism lurking outside of this base from Zenio. As one Spinecrawler is low on HP, it's going to be a little bit easier for him to be effective. He keeps some supply free on purpose then, because he wants to be active with those War Prisms. But this army is kind of ready for combat.
Oh, another huge fungal there, catching some more Stalkers and a Colossus.
The Zelmaga Watchtower is so important.
Oh,
Naniwa going forward, blink!
Oh my blink, that is a huge blink. Is it going to work out, or is it going to be the death of Naniwa as the fungals just blanket everything? I think it's going to be the latter, Kev, as Naniwa is on lockdown right now.
He saved quite a few Stalkers there, Ben, and one Colossus is still alive as well. A lot of Stalkers are low on HP. The Broodlord count went from 12 or 13 to 7. So one more of that, Ben, and all the Broodlords are dead. Second, oh, the Colossus, where are you going, bad boy? Colossus is like, I'm done. Those scary air things, they're way too scary for me. I am done. I'm going to fight this queen over here on the top side of the map.
Corruptor reload coming from Zenio. Would also love to see him start running some Zerglings.
I think a blink right... it's hard, but... Oh, poor Colossus. Mothership is here, Ben, but there are no Archons on this map. Naniwa has some gas though. He could potentially make Archons. Is he going to go for the forward blink? No, he's not. I would have loved to see some War Prism play in the main base, man. It's so exposed compared to the rest of the map.
I agree with you, man. War Prism in the main, War Prism in the third, War Prism in the natural. There are openings everywhere. Look at how Zenio is protecting his Greater Spire, Kev, by the way, in the natural. This is awesome.
That's exactly what Vortex does every single game.
And it's something that every Zerg player should do. You surround it so that Zealots can't walk up and hit it, and then of course the Spine Crawlers just kill everything. Really cool, small things that make huge differences in these kinds of games.
This army of Naniwa is seriously weakened already, which kind of sucks, man, before the big fight starts.
Yeah, everything is very, very low on HP. What do you do in that situation? You just try to take out the damaged units and go harass with them?
It's hard. You don't really want to sacrifice 6 or 8 stalkers. Not as long as you're not on 4 or 5 base, you can't really do that. Like he is on 4 base right now, but it's just been barely. He's not even maxed out. Partly on that is on purpose, because he still, I think, wants to harass. Warping in a lot of High Templars now, Ben. It's going to be a lot of feedbacks, and it's going to be a couple of icons as well. This is going to be really interesting. It will all come down to the High Templar versus Infest, but there are so many Infestors. Yeah. 16, Ben.
Against 5 High Templar. There's not even enough feedback for all of them, Kev. And the army of Zenio just looks so scary. There are 13 broods. Storm and a single feedback going down. Did that feedback hit an Infestor? Let me see. There's another Infestor going down.
2 Infestors went down so far. That's a good thing, though. Every feedback is a kill.
More High Templar are being warped in right now, but Zenio is slowly starting to work his way forward. Micro on these Broodlords.
More feedback.
You see that.
And he has to be careful with those Broodlords. He wants to deal damage. Oh, Newer Parasite going down. Oh, Naniwa had to do that, man. I think that was not a wrong. I don't think that was a mistake. Yes, his Vortex was not great, but if that Neuro would have gone off and he would have landed the Parasite on the mothership and Vortex the own Protoss army, it would have been a lot more terrible. So I don't think that was bad for Naniwa.
Brood's going to continue coming forward along with some infested Terrans supporting on the ground. Zenio being very methodical with this push. Even has some Queens up in the mix.
There's a drop going on in the main base as well. A couple of Roaches and Lynx entering the main base. It's going to be hard for Naniwa. Naniwa's not maxed out though. Storm's landing on the Broodlords.
But is it going to be enough, Kev? I don't really think that it will be. There's so many Broods out, so many infested Terrans. Naniwa's army is not going to be able to stand up to this kind of an onslaught, just getting crushed by all the no supply units of Zenio. That the expansion is going to go down.
Oh, look at the money of Zenio as well, Ben. 7,000 minerals. He just made 13 infestors. That's ZVP on Daybreak.
Pylons also being unpowered in the main base, making it very hard for Naniwa to continue to warp in more Stalkers coming forward. But the Broodlords and the Broodlings, and of course the bank of Zenio.
Broodlings with +3 upgrades, man, are just so massive. Naniwa warping in a few Zealots. He has a Warp Prism over here, so there are so many Spine Crawlers. It's really funny that the main base of Zenio is so exposed, and that's the only place that Naniwa did not try to drop. Naniwa is going to try to go for the transition into carriers, Ben, as we even see double cybernetic score over here, because he wants to get massive arrow crits going. I don't think he has the money for that. He did keep this fort base alive somehow, some way.
He is producing 3 carriers at a time. Even if you can only get 6 of them out, that could be a game changer, I suppose.
The infested Terrans, man, are the biggest problem. He only has 2 Colossus in the field.
I think even bigger than that is just Zenio's massive stockpile of money, Kev. He can fight, and then he can fight again and again. And Neural does not manage to go down. I don't really understand why Zenio isn't just attacking. Maybe he's afraid of Vortex.
This will be the first time. Oh, Vortex does go down. A few Infestors and a few Broodlords.
Not really enough to justify sending all your Archons into the mix, though, which is good for Zenio. Finally, some Archons do come in. But those Archons are going to die pretty fast, I fear, unless Zenio just leaves
with
them.
The Stalker back up.
Oh, Neural Parasite, that's a cute move. Keeping the Archons from killing the Broodlords. I've actually never seen that. Archon's going to focus down the mothership right now. Wow, really neat play out of Zenio. As the mothership does fall, Naniwa's supply dipping down to just about 130. Zenio continuing to push forward into Broodlords, into Stalkers, but he's just got so much.
Zenio attacking the 5th base of Naniwa as well. During all this, in the right bottom side of this map, Naniwa going for a final blink forward. But there are so many free Zerg units, man. Infested Terrans and Broodlings all over the place.
And it's not going to be possible for Naniwa at this point, Kev. He has officially run out of options. He's got this final expansion down in the bottom right, but Zenio is just continuing to march forward towards it. Oh, can we get a fungal on those carriers? Looks like they will sneak away. I guess Naniwa's going to stick around as long as he have units. He's definitely not the kind of player to tap out early.
Well, which is cool, but right now I don't really see where he's going to be able to take this. He's going to wipe in some more stalkers. He still has this base, but right now, Link's running into that exposed mineral line as well. Naniwa calls GG, and Zenio takes the second map.
Takes the second map, ties up the series. It is now 1-1 between these two guys, and well, it's all going to come down to this one final rubber match. The deciding game between Zenio and Naniwa going to be coming up next. That last one brought to you guys by Stamps.com. Go check out Stamps.com at nasl.tv/p/stamps for your own promotional code for discount stamps. Please go and click on that link. Guys, we're going to kick it to a very short break. We'll be back with more StarCraft 2, Zenio versus Naniwa Game 3 after this.